So hi everybody, we're joined today by Vicky from SPES. Thank you for joining us here on LindSak, Vicky. For people who don't know you or aren't aware of SPES, what is it you guys do?
Thank you for having me. Good to see you, and hello to everybody. So yeah, I'm Vicky Sylvester. I'm Vice Chair of SPES, which is the Staffordshire Partnership for Employability and Skills. So we are a provider network based in the Stoke and Staffs region, or organisations that deliver within the Stoke and Staffs region. And we're a network made up of quite a wide variety of members. So we have independent training providers, and for those that know me will know that's my background with Acacia Training, but we also have colleges, we have universities as members, and we have really good connections with organisations such as DWP and the local authority and local councils. So yeah, we're quite a diverse network, and kind of seeing that whole journey through the FE and into HE sort of process. And then also we have partners such as the Careers Service, the local Careers Service, are regular members, so we can make sure that we're kind of joining up that link with the schools as well. So yeah, we've got around 38 members at the moment across the region. Yeah.
And to be fair, yeah, no, do you know what, to be fair, it sounds like a great group of people to have sat around a table, especially where the SPES is all around employability and skills. So what is it that you guys do once you're around that table?
Yeah, well, SPES's whole mission is to serve the local community in Stoke and Staffordshire, and you know, make sure that the businesses, the learners, the residents within the region, you know, are getting the skills and, you know, opportunities for employment, and, you know, building and building up the region. And we're quite a diverse area. You know, we've got a city, but then we've got quite rural areas, and we've still got some, you know, towns and things like that within the network. So actually we cover quite a big diverse area. We've got a diverse range of employers and businesses as well in that area. So it's really about keeping all of that joined up collectively, that we're all working towards this goal that, you know, impacts and economically impacts the area to the greatest benefit, and in the spirit of collaboration, really. So working together towards all of that. And it is a really, you know, friendly, close network. You know, we do want the best. We collaborate on projects. We, you know, I can give you some examples for things like the Careers Service. You know, for no charge, the Careers Service will put our companies on their portal that goes out to the schools, you know, and it's just all about that joined up working. And, you know, representing, I suppose, education for the region. We link in closely with wider networks, you know, other regional networks, and also, you know, international networks, to try and ensure that the region has a voice when it comes to education, employability and skills.
And you know, Vicky, that's so refreshing to hear, especially, you know, around the collaboration, the partnership piece, because I mean, the employability and skills sector has never been busier than what it is right now. And having those relationships, having those partnerships is so important. So I suppose from your perspective, and you can see it from two folds, what challenges does the SPES support providers with?
Yeah, well, I mean, we link in closely with the LEP and trying to understand what the priorities are for the area, so we can ensure the education's meeting the needs of the local area. But in terms for members, we meet every month. We have breakfast meetings every month. We have, you know, a WhatsApp group. We have regular events where, you know, people will come and talk about quality linking to the EIF, or we might talk about things around prevent and safeguarding. So we have different kinds of events running like that to help members. We do collaborative tendering together. So we'll come together to put bids together. And, you know, other things such as our quarterly meetings where we may have guest speakers from DWP or ESFA or things like that to come and give us updates. And then, you know, aside from all of that, there's lots of circulation of materials, lots of sharing practice. Any member is welcome to share anything they think would be useful to members. So, you know, it's not just we occasionally send a newsletter out. Any member, we're a partnership and a collaboration. anything of use to everybody else we share and make sure that goes out there. So yeah, it's a really enjoyable network to be part of, to be honest. And I think you've got a range of providers in there, from new providers, you know, coming in and trying to understand and navigate the system and understand the funded education world, if you like, and maybe they're new to the register, for example, right through to some very experienced providers. And I think all of that joining up really leads to some good learning and networks and connections across the group.
And I think, Vicky, from what you've said, that kind of navigation piece, collaboration piece, partnership piece, because, and I suppose it's interesting because even from a provider's point of view, it can be a minefield out there, let alone if we take it one step down to a learner or a client. And that, because it sounds almost as if you're able to do cross referrals, collaborate on, you know, bids and ventures and projects together as well. And I suppose from what you've said, it's almost that trusted group of people that share that common goal and aim. So, yeah. I mean, if I was sat here as a provider, an employer, you know, a college, charitable organisation, how would I get involved with SPES?
Yeah, well, to get involved with SPES, you can drop me an email if you don't mind putting that email on after the video. If you drop me an email, I can send some guidance out on the different the application of how to join. We're closely aligned with the Chamber of Commerce as well. They're quite a significant strategic partner for us. Again, they're regular attenders at our meetings, and the Skills Hub, the local Skills Hub, we link with as well. So if you do get an email from the Chambers of Commerce, that's why we've got that connection with them. So yeah, just drop us an email, free to join. And what we do offer, if people are unsure whether this network is something they want to be part of, we do invite them to some of the breakfast meetings just to kind of come and experience it, to see whether or not as a network we'd meet their needs, and whether or not, you know, the group, they meet the group's needs, if you like, in terms of looking at strategic priorities and what it is we're trying to achieve. So we've actually had some commercial providers come on over the past 12 months, and they've just added a different dynamic as well. So it's not just funded providers, it's not just restricted to funded providers. We haven't got any employer providers, so if there are any local employer providers, it would be great to come and get that involvement and that perception on the group. So yeah, just drop me an email, and happy to jump on a Zoom or a call and explain anything anybody wants to know.
No, honestly, it sounds exciting. And like I said, partly because the employability and skills sector is just booming at the moment. And also, you never know where things end up on this beginning of a conversation. And I suppose this is an opportunity for people to have more conversations, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I think that, you know, as you've said, the funded landscape's complicated, the education landscape can be complicated. And I think when you get down to a local level, it's even more complicated in some respects, you know, when you get, because that's getting into the detail, isn't it? And getting into the heart of a region and trying to understand what that region needs. But we've made a huge amount of progress, and we're listened to. From, you know, my experience, we're listened to, we're involved, we're asked to engage. You know, recently we've Staffordshire have launched their Staffordshire 500 programme, for example, which is where they're offering additional incentives for employers if they recruit young apprentices. And SPES were involved in the whole consultation piece about how could we get this to work, how do we know employers would respond, how can we make it accessible, you know. So we get involved in quite a lot of decision making to support learners and to support the businesses in the area. So it really is a benefit being part of that group.
No, perfect. Well, Vicky, honestly, really appreciate you taking time out to speak to us. Guys, if you remember, LindSak are a platform that links providers with organisations that can support them. I'll add Vicky's details on the bottom of this video as well. But no, Vicky, thank you so much, and good luck with SPES. I hope things go really well.
Yeah, no worries, and thanks for having me. It's been good to see you.
Perfect. Take care.
All right then, take care. See you soon.
Bye.